doing the prank calls, so I started doing prank phone calls with him and started doing promos for Mancow, and I started doing traffic and weather in the meantime. I actually met my wife doing traffic and weather. She's on BBM and she used to be on the score. Her name is Jill Urchak. So that's my wife. So to make a long story short, I kind of was always like, I kind of want to do the voiceover thing, but I started getting radio jobs, and then I started doing overnights doing traffic and weather. And I was like, I was really bored doing it. I was like, I gotta find another outlet for it. So this was like 2007, 2006, before anything really started, like, before YouTube was like anything. I decided to reteach myself production, and I had a couple of DJ friends that were like, hey, can you make us drops? And I started making drops, and next thing you know, I started getting a lot of requests for it. And that started kickstarting back on my voiceover interest. So instead of kind of just going out and about, I actually decided to start flying to LA and New York and meeting coaches and getting really, really serious about it. And to make a long story short, I had to go a long way to make my demo. And then actually when I ended up getting laid off from my traffic gig, my wife, because we're both union, we're both SAG-AFTRA union people, my wife had it was a union lunch for just women, it was just female. And actually, that's where I met Candy for the first time. She doesn't remember it, but I did. We went to this dinner, and it was really because I was just there for the wife, but I was sitting next to this one lady, I was making her laugh. And then she's like, do you do voiceovers? Like, I'm trying to get into it. She goes, well, I'm an agent, so here's my card.
Oh, wow.
And then that's just kind of how it went. Then I got my, she brought me in, I started auditioning, and I started getting jobs that way, and then I just started, getting more demos and more agency work and started nailing more stuff. And then I wanted to get back into it and really start going full force. One of the casting directors that was his name was Jovi. He's still alive. But he actually is the voice of the Pillsbury Doughboy.
Oh, my Lord.
This guy has so much money coming in because he's the voice of that. He's the voice of different cartoon characters. He was his own casting director, but there was a time when I was like, I'm going to go back to LA for about a week and try to get more promo coaching, I want to do more movie trailer stuff, because at the time, it isn't like it is the last couple of years where you just virtually call somebody and you could Zoom somebody. I had to actually fly out to Los Angeles for like a day or 2 days and stay on a buddy's floor or whatever I needed to do, just so I can get these sessions and pay ungodly amounts of money just so I can actually have the experience of meeting people and networking. And I was able to go to William Morris Agency. I tried out for Tony the Tiger. I guess I almost got it, but the guy that just died, they have so much audio from him that they haven't need to replace him yet. They're great.
Wow, you sound
I said, they were like, I was that close to getting it, but I flew out to LA just to do these kind of things and just to meet these kind of people. So I guess the long and the short of it is that now I'm doing, as far as my radio life is concerned, I'm now full-time radio in Chicago. I do traffic and weather and news for pretty much every station now. I do commercials for the station that Candy is on US 99. I do stuff for the score and BBM. I'm on the drive and pretty much every station in Chicago I've been on. When I was at Columbia, my buddy was Trey the Chocolate Jock. I started doing imaging for him. Leon Rogers is actually a friend of mine when he was an original comedian, so I started doing stuff for him. So again, in this business, I know you guys all want to kind of get in. You're not really sure how this goes. The name of the game is networking. Network. Be cool. Even if you guys get a certain piece or you know a certain amount of people, if you're not cool, this business is very small, and your reputation kind of goes out and about. So for me, I kind of want to get my hands in as much as I could. That even includes the time I met Kobe Bryant, and I said I want in on your voiceover stuff, because he and I have a mutual friend, and he said I'm in, and then 2 months later he was gone. Story of my life, but